What's up everybody, it's Jake from 3D Printer World, and today I'm going to be reviewing eSun Pla Plus. We frequently get asked the question what PLA to use. Now I know a lot of people have specific PLA that they like to use. Now eSun I've kind of grown to enjoy over some of the other ones. It prints like butter.
It's butter, so you.
It really helps in fine-tuning and kind of squeezing the most you can get out of your printer. Some of the other popular ones include Hatchbox. I personally not a huge fan, but it's not to say that other people have great results. So let's get into it. So here we have eSun PLA Plus Gray. Now this is typically the one that I use for printing minis and train. It's normally a lot easier to actually be able to see the flaws and some of the things that you kind of have to work out prior to prepping for painting. Now one of the first things you're going to want to do is sand away some of the areas, use an X-Acto knife to cut away some points. I typically take a lighter and just run it over real quick over the mini if there's any stringing issues.
Things are about to heat up in here.
Typically, people like to say to use this at a higher temp. I'm not a big fan of using it, around 210 to 220, which I think is, what some people will often say that they print their minis at. Now, typically, I do mine at 195, which gives me the best results, and which I'm going to show some minis to kind of prove that statement. Now here's a new one that I got recently. It's called Glass Blue, and I haven't printed it, as you can tell, haven't used it quite yet, but I'm really excited to be able to try out this new color. It's always fun printing some of your more comical kind of bizarre prints with fun colors, and I'm also going to mod the hell out of my printer with this new blue. So now let's look at some of the minis that I printed with eSun PLA Pro. This is one from Rocket Pig. As you can see, it's pretty flawless. I believe this is the Flesh Golem. Here's a couple more by Rocket Pig. We got the brain here, and we got a vulture. I can't even remember the correct term, but pretty cool stuff. And we got two more here by Fat Dragon Gaming. Here's one. It's kind of hard to see here. I haven't quite glued it together. And the final one that I just got done printing is the Dwarven Forge. You can use a little tea light to light it up, which is pretty cool. This one was used with the train mode, so you're gonna have a little bit more flaws with this one, and you get faster print times.
Wow, that was fast.
Now, how do you decide which you want to go with? Try a few out. You may end up liking Hatchbox. You may be more inclined to try out whatever's on sale. I know a lot of people will say they just buy whatever's on sale. One of the things that I've heard though, and I haven't tested myself, is the Amazon filament. Can't promise you that this one is a good one to try out. I've heard a lot of issues with this one, so I typically would advise staying away from that one. But otherwise, give all the other ones, a chance. You're probably gonna have to mess around with some of the print temperatures, but overall, they all print, I would say, relatively fine. This is just kind of my favorite that I've grown to love. I haven't had any real issues with this one, and I used to print about 205, and I still do with some of my prints like tools and parts and different stuff like that. But typically with minis, I go for 195, less stringing. Even one of my friends actually recently was printing at 205. He's like, what the heck, you know, my print looks like it's fuzzy. And so I was like, you know, try out 195, see if that helps. He printed it perfect. So, you know, just kind of, you kind of have to mess around and see what temperature works best for you. Again, it's eSun PLA Plus Pro. Give it a shot. We'll have some links below if you want to try out the glass blue or the gray here that I had talked about for minis. That's best for spotting details. Some of the darker colors like the black, it's a little bit harder to see where your flaws are until you've already painted, and then by then it's kind of a pain to go back and then have to keep, you know, cleaning and prepping again for painting. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions at all, leave it below. We'll try and get to every single question and have them all answered for you. If there's anything you dislike, drop your hate comments below. We always enjoy a good laugh. And that's it. Thank you.